Well, as you can see, I removed the antler, or the mold from the antler. And what I got to do now is get rid of all the stuff that overlaps. So you got to get all this clay out of here. And this is just modeling clay. And if you're going to make a silicone mold, you couldn't use this regular modeling clay because it has sulfur in it. But anyhow, you got to get rid of all this overlap, or where it hangs onto this thing. So all this has to be ground. All these edges have to be ground down and cleaned up. All the sharp fiberglass on the edge has to be cleaned up. And then we'll do the last thing. I'll show you kind of what it's going to look like when it's together here. Oh, that's sharp. But this will lay in here like this. And then we got one more layer to go. And that's over the top of this. And I'm going to have to put a seam in it somehow so that it isn't kind of an undercut where it's sitting in the bell. I'll show you that when I get that far. But for right now, this is what I've done. I got to clean this up, but this will sit inside of here. We'll bolt it together with the other one down below, and then plus the one that goes over the top. And then what we'll do is we'll pour the two-part foam down through here with this board on it with a hole cut in it where these antlers are located. And then we'll pour the foam in here. This will all be bolted together, and then we can tighten it off, and should just pour out a nice formed antler with all this, some of the detail anyways, but all we're trying to do is get them to come out this one. This is the first one. That's why I didn't start with the big one here or that other one. And if you guys are going to do this yourselves or whatever, I highly recommend doing this toughest one first, because if you tip it upside down like I did this one, the first form I made is with that bed of sand, so it could get it up 2 inches. So you're supposed to have a 2-inch overlap. Anyways, this one I did that way because I had a 2-inch overlap with the old plaster mold that I made, the old plaster mold. And this one, this antler was so flat this way that I made this mold, put this mold on this side. I'm going to try to step out of my own light here. But I've started laying up the clay to make the other portion of this. See, this is starting to come loose again, but I need to have this laid up with clay so that I can make a second part goes up this way, so I can split it down these antlers, or down these tines. And then, of course, everything's got to be recoated with this PVA, maybe a couple of coats with a paintbrush. Usually they say you use a spray gun, but so that's where we're at right now. So when I get a little further, like when I clean this off, I'll show you how I cleaned it off. So that's it for now.